Hi, this video is about my top 5 favorite leaders, speaker, and authors in the success fields. And my name is David Hood, and this video is for successahead.com. My number 5 would have to be Napoleon Hill. He's actually my first. My introduction came through him, and it was kind of mind-blowing for me. Some of the things that he says, it was just like, wow, I just never heard anybody else talk about things like this, and he was basically my entry point to all these other authors. So he's got to have a place on this list. I really like his stuff. Think and Grow Rich is in my opinion, is the best work, and I think most people would agree with that. It's definitely his most popular work. And a lot of the stuff that you see in his, you see it sprinkled throughout all the other authors. So he was kind of what I would call the grandfather of the success movement. He's got a quite amazing book. If you've never read Think and Grow Rich, well, you just have to at least once in your life. My number 4 I'd put at Darren Hardy, and his best work is The Compound Effect, and that's the whole reason why he's on this list, because it's a really amazing book. I've read his first book, and I don't know how many other programs he has. And Success Magazine is okay, but this book is really good, and it's definitely something that you need to put on your short list for books you need to read. I have it on audiobook, and I listen to it once or twice a year, and every time I'm happy, and every time I come up with something, oh, I forgot that I need to do that, or oh, I didn't even think about that before, or I hear it again, and I understand it from a different perspective. So this is just one of my favorite books. The next one is Brian Tracy. I really like him. Whoops, here's extra. Success Mastery Academy. That's his best work, I think, and I don't think it's that cheap. You can find it on audio programs, and it's a couple $100, but it's worth it. It's really long. I can't remember, that's somewhere around 20 to 30 hours. It's audio program on a bunch of CDs. I'm trying to look to see if I have it right here. I don't think I have it right in front of me, but I really like his style. He's very aggressive with his action-taking processes or thoughts, and he's kind of a no BS author too. He's just like, look, this is up to you. Either you do it or you don't. And if you're not successful, it's really ultimately on you. And ultimately, no matter what is going on outside, yeah, there are some, maybe someone shot you in the leg or something, and then you can't run a marathon. Okay, but by and large, most of what has happened to you and most of where you are now is your own making, and you can change it. And if you're willing to just buck up and go for it, it can be yours. And so I like his approach, and he's got some really good ideas on how to just be generally awesome, live an awesome life. My second favorite, Earl Nightingale, and this is kind of like the Darren Hardy one. This Lead the Field is such an awesome book. It's so good. It's, of all the books, I'd say it's probably my favorite book, like success book, and I've listened to it at least twice a year, and usually what will happen is I'll listen to it 2 or 3 times, because the first time I listened to it, there's just so much awesome stuff in there, and he just drops so many knowledge bombs. It's just like, oh, he'll spend 30 seconds and he'll say something, and if you pause it and you think about it, he'll say, that is so profound, it's so simple and easy to understand. And the title of it is very appropriate, Lead the Field. It's kind of generally about how to be awesome at your career, which is really what you need to be successful by a lot of people's definitions. Not necessarily by your career, but just how to lead a successful life, and wherever you choose to do with your life, how to be great at it. And that's how most people are going to, that's a really great path to success. He does have some other good works. I don't know them off the top of my head. I have listened to some of them. I like this, people with goals succeed because they know where they're going. And that's, I think he's the one that gives the analogy of, if you've got a ship without a rudder, it's never going to get to where it needs to go. You need to have that rudder, and that's what goals are. Okay, my number 1 favorite has got to be Jim Rohn. Well, he has this best single book. This 1999 seminar might be the best single work. These are comparable. This is great. I have shot a video review on this, so go check that out after this video. It's all Jim Rohn for 20 hours. He does have several other seminars. I like them, but they're not in my opinion, they're not as good because they're not all Jim Rohn. There's a lot of guest speakers usually, and some round tables, and well, those are fine. This is just all Jim Rohn for 20 hours. And the last 4 hours, it's crazy. He just, the stuff that he repeatedly drops, the wisdom bombs he repeatedly drops are just awesome. And again, this is something that is on my regular listen to list, and at least once a year I'll pop this in and give it a good listen. One thing I really like about him is he has a little bit more of a business focus than a lot of the other ones, and I like that. And he really understands sort of the fundamental principles, what really makes a business tick, and he breaks that down to the most basic laws. And he talks about that in the 1990 seminar, and it's really, really helpful for me as an entrepreneur. And I do like this quote a lot. It's not magical or mysterious. It's a natural consequence of applying basic fundamentals, whether you know or not. Darren Hardy has something similar where he's like, look, the compound effect is working for you or against you, or it's working one way or another. Either you're getting better or you're getting worse. And that's the same concept behind here, which is, look, if you do the right things, generally speaking, the result will come out in your favor. One of my favorite analogies of his, where he talks about like a crop. He's kind of got some folksy analogies that he talks about a lot, and it makes it kind of puts a lot of things in perspective. But he talks about, you know, being a farmer and having crops, and sometimes the crop is going to come out in your favor, sometimes it's not. More often than not, it will come out in your favor, and that's good enough for you to win in the long term. And you know, sometimes if you just keep at it and you put the odds in your favor, you know, you should come out ahead in the long term. And ultimately, it's almost inevitable that you will come out ahead if you do it well enough. So, thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed it. Go check out some of these authors. Have a great day. Bye.